Hi guys, welcome back to episode 7 of The Reigns. This is the previous episode. We got bullied around a fair bit. So, in this episode, we're going to try our best to recover some of our losses, whilst also trying to progress in the game a little bit. I'm going to teach you guys how to make a little bit of money, doing like a money run, and we'll move forward from there. So, without further ado, let's crack straight into it. All right, so now when I say a money run, what I mean is a way, going into a raid just to get a little bit of cash, a little bit of build up, and then surviving. The focus on just surviving, not getting a quest done, not trying to do anything crazy. Just get in there, grab some loot, and get out. Now, there's multiple maps you can do it. I'll just go over a bit of a rundown of each of the maps and how I suggest you play them. So starting off labs, you can actually do money runs on labs, but it's really end game kind of thing to do. So I would highly suggest just, if you get a labs key card, don't even focus on it, just save it for now. Streets of Tarkov, you've already learned that. Streets has a lot of loot and is absolutely amazing across the board for pretty much all that. Customs, you can make a lot of money on, but it's a very highly contested map. You go in there, there's gonna be a lot of people. It's got a lot of choke points, a lot of places. Like you can literally run from one side of the map to the other in under 5 minutes if you've got like high level skills and stims and stuff. So you can make a gunshot and someone could be on top of you within a few minutes, nearly from anywhere in the map. As for like Interchange, great map for making money. There's a no backpack extract. There's a lot of ways to sneak it around and a lot of escapes as well, which is great. Woods used to be one of my highly suggested maps to go to if you wanted to make money by doing hidden stashes. Now, those hidden stashes aren't always there 100% of the time now, but it still is a really good map. You've got the car extract to get out of, and then there's a lot of ways you can just run through bushes and trees just to avoid people. So it's actually still a very good map for making money, but it's not as efficient as it used to be. You could go into woods previously, completely naked, go through hidden stashes, and you would come out with most likely a class 4 armor, a rig, couple of guns, and you wouldn't even have to shoot a single bullet for the entire raid. Now, factory I've always used as my PvP playground, and I would always say to people, learn factory for PvP practice. So you can get into fights quickly and you can practice getting your skills up for PvP. Reserve's a really good one for just getting in there and learning, looting filing cabinets, some jackets, and then if you wanted to go for like raiders and stuff, that's in there too. But there's some really easy ways to getting out of reserve if you know what you're doing. So for example, the sewer is a great way of getting out because you just go in with the biggest rig you have. You can kill a scav or a player, loot some of the gear and get out. You don't have to go into that map expecting to make millions and millions of rubles, but you can go in there and get some good just turnarounds. And especially keys are great because there's so many filing cabinets and jackets. Lighthouse is actually a really good map for making money because there is a lot of extracts that are accessible to everyone that spawns in, being the southern road and the path to shoreline. So no matter where you spawn on Lighthouse, you are near an extract straight away, which is great. However, it is such a narrow map that you will nearly always run into players no matter where you spawn. So it's very difficult to survive. It's one of those maps that it's great if you're willing to hide for the first like 5 to 10 minutes because the majority of the players move to the water treatment plant on the other side. Now, last but not least, Shoreline. Shoreline is one of those maps that I feel is, it used to be a really great map. With the resort in the middle, you could do the hidden stashes around the edges. But now that those hidden stashes aren't 100% spawn anymore, it has lost a little bit of its charm for those hidden stash runs. The great thing they've done more recently was add the path to Lighthouse extract, which means there's always a guaranteed extract to Lighthouse on that map. So if you spawn on that side of the map, you've got a really quick extract if you wanted to. But if you spawn on the road to custom side, which is the other side of the map, it makes it very difficult to get across the map because you have to go past the resort or the gas station or the power station, which means you're going to have to fight at least some scavs and then also conflict most likely with players because you'll be making noise at those locations. And there's a lot of tasks for PvP on that map. Something in particular, something like Punisher Part 4, which is kill players literally on that map. So people will hear gunshots and they'll be running for you just to try and kill you. Like that's their whole ambition of their raid, is to try and get that kill on you. So you have to keep that into note that if you are going to shoot, there is a very good chance someone's going to try and run you down because they need to kill you. So be careful about that. So it kind of makes Shoreline one of those maps that it's kind of good, but It's not as good as some of the other ones, in my opinion. The resort is also great for making money, but is also highly contagious. It's highly contended. All right, so for this episode, I'm going to do a money run on reserve. I'm going to show you how I want to do that. But what I want to do is, before I do that, I'm going to do a nice quick scav on factory, try and find some USEC dog tags, and then I want to just find a big rig. The biggest rig I can find, the better, because I'm going to go through the no backpack extract on reserve. All right, so we've got a big backpack, but we're after a big rig. Holding Alt and right clicking to change the reticle on the site. Just going to put the FPS 1 on for you guys. You guys can see our FPS. Ooh, key. Dorm's guard key. Not the best. If I spawn near a jacket on this map, I am checking that jacket. That's kind of like how I see it. So these items here, that's worth about 45k, and this is worth about 50k. So that's not bad little finds there. You should learn all these little spots on factory to make money, because they're great. Every little loot spot on factory you should know. Now I am, like I said, trying to find a nice big rig. So I'm just going to avoid some players and stuff for now. You can look here for an impact nade. You need to collect impact nades, and the reason for that is you've got a quest that says kill players using grenades, and impact nades makes it so much easier. I'm just gonna get rid of those two. If we have to shoot someone with a TOS, we're most likely dead anyway. Alright, we still haven't found a rig. I'm gonna go over to the forklift area of factory, because that's the most likely place we're gonna find somewhere that was a bit of PvP. Which is this area here. And no one is dead here. Are we just the unluckiest person in the world? Well, the time I've done, I would have done a full lap, so. We're hoovering up the map nicely. Just gonna check down below. No dead bodies down there. Head down towards main extract. There's a spawn for a player right there. Sometimes someone gets killed off spawn. Main extract's been open. There is a dead body in there. It's a shotgun for us. Surely we can find a bigger rig. There's just one dead scav in this whole map. This has to be looted as well. Yeah. Sometimes people loot the two bags, but they don't check the ground here, so. Bit worried about going up to the office area. I want to try to avoid that if I can. Probably should have picked up that PP ammo. The guy's following us. There's a rig. Oh. I said that guy was following us. Shame. Absolute shame. The salty lemon. So, the way Scav Karma works is you are not allowed to shoot someone that is a Scav, a player Scav, until they have hit you. So, as a defense, I can't actually shoot back at that guy until he physically hits me with his gun. So, or his round. So, the second I heard him like following me, I was like, this is going to be iffy. And I was going to head towards the extract and just extract, but he said, okay, so that's how you have the ability to defend yourself. To level up your karma, that's this one here. So the 0.85 on fence, that levels up by doing positive things. So surviving gives you 0.01. So to get to max fence rep or scav rep, you would have to do 600 survives, which is a lot, right? Alternatively, you could do a car extract. At the first time on each map gives you 0.4. There's 5 different car extracts. So if you did them all once, you would get 0.4 for each one, which would give you 2.0 in total. If you were to do them all 3 times, you would have 3.75 rep, which is huge. And I definitely want to try and push towards doing all the car extracts in this playthrough. So then that way we can, I can show you what it's like to have a lot of fence rep. So I wouldn't say that you should do it straight away, but there is really no negative reason why you couldn't take in like 5,000 reels into your container, pistol in a backpack, and just run straight to where the car extracts are. Do that a few times on each map, and you would instantly jump up to like 2+ rep. So you did it twice on each map, you'd be at least 2 rep. And then that would reduce your timer considerably. I don't know the exact math off the top of my head, but when I've got Intel Center level 3 and around 5 to 6 scav rep, my scav timer is under 6 or 7 minutes. It's about 7 minutes. So it's worth getting it up. So I would say early on in your playthrough, if you've got not much to do, say, I don't know, you want to watch a movie or something on another monitor, put a pistol backpack on and then just spawn into each of the maps and just, you know, pretty much run straight to the car extract. It doesn't really matter if it's a run through or not, but it's definitely a way that you could level up your fence rep. And then you will see as our rep goes up, how much better loot we have when we spawn in. So we will spawn in with a rig, a backpack, an armor, a face covering, sometimes a helmet, sometimes contacts, 3 to 5 items in our backpack, and sometimes a really modded out gun. You can even get thermals on your guns and also lab key cards, which I know it sounds like a lot, but you actually do spawn in with all that. So it's worthwhile doing. Now, we're gonna have to put this rig on because that's gonna be our biggest rig. There's our armor. I know we're very low in money right now, but I do want to take in some contacts. And then for our gun, our choice is going to be our AK. I'm going to go with our AK. We're going to go big or go home. If this doesn't work, then we're going to be in trouble. And then we'll just put these down here for our survival. I think we might have an insurance return. We do. So we've got a little bit come back. Let's see how we go. I'm going to show you reserve for this run. So here's our reserve extract. We do have the money to insure, so I will. And we want to try and fill every square of this rig and these pockets before we leave through that sewer extract. All right. Reserve. So our sewer extract's over there. We want to avoid, there's a marked room to our left. We want to avoid that. And going down this building is actually quite good. There is a spawn over here we need to worry about inside there. They're going to run that way. So we kind of want to worry about that one. We want to get in this building right here. This is our objective. So there is a few spawns around us we need to be worried about. And we want to get through that door right to our front. So we're going to look to the right. That's our most likely enemy threat. And we have gotten into the room. For some reason I thought you could close that. Right, we're going to jump up on here. No way. Right. Now, there are a lot of keys to this building. All these buildings, but you don't need them all. Now, you guys made emphasis that you wanted me to not play a lot of streets. I find streets very fun. I will mix it up and play streets at times, but for now, we're going to just try and get some other maps done so I can just show you guys this. And we want to keep our ears out for anyone that's going to be running into the building as well. And our biggest objective would be to find keys. If we can find keys, that'd be great. Now, the thing you need to learn, that I want to emphasize during this series, is you want to learn the value of items. So, items that are going to have a lot more value per square. So, these, like, for example, cricket and tape sell for about 3k rubles per square. And same with USB-A. Hard drives and paper, maybe about 7 or 8,000 in total, but it's 2 squares, right? So, it's like 3.5 and maybe 4. This sells for about 15k, so that's about 7.5 per square. Whereas these, this is like 11 or 12. I think this is about 4k, 5k. This was only about 3, but I think I need it for a quest. And then I'm not going to double click it, but condensed milk sells for about 12,000 rubles. So you want to look for items like the peroxum and the condensed milk, and you want to fill every square with those. Because if you fill all those squares, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you got 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. If you fill all those 20 squares with 10,000 plus rubles per square, you've got yourself like 200 to 250k just in items there. So that's kind of the emphasis on when I say like doing a money run. You kind of want to fill all your squares up like that, like as your objective. But obviously you would hold on to any items that are like quest items. I just feel like it's a little dark. Maybe it's the monitor setting. Thankfully for you guys, we have like an overlay that we can put on if it gets like a nighttime run or an interchange run. We actually had like an overlay for pretty much interchange every raid episode. Now this room right here on our right has med spawns in it. So you can actually get med spawns here. It's definitely worth checking that out. You will find a lot of players that will come to this building, so you got to be a bit careful about that. Now we need 5 of each cigarette. And we do want to also find the items for a toolkit as well if we can. So for example, this diary vendors to Peacekeeper for like $300. That's a little good. This is a good one. So the Shroud is about 25,000 rubles to vendor. So, and it's a Ragman vendor as well, which is something nice. Ragman's one of the ones you need to spend a bit of money on to get to the next level. Now, keep at the back of in your mind, you need 7,500 rubles, or you need sorry, 7,500. You need 7 minutes to pass, or you need 420 experience points to get out of a raid. So that's kind of where you're at with when you can lead through that sewer extract. That's right, Scav's coming this way. Which is good, because we want to actually kill some Scavs to either get experience points, or it'd be nice just to get a bigger rig, really. An extra gun out. Alright, so there shouldn't be anything in here. Right to the top level. Don't remember there being anything in here. There's a computer here, filing cabinet, and we've got a couple of crates in the next room that we're going to look for. So CPU, that sells for 10k. Keg tape, that sells for a bit. If we had flea market access, we'd sell the keck tape for 60,000 rubles. So you might even just hold on to that one for the flea market. Right, so there's gun spawns and stuff in here. You're looking for suppressors on these shelves and on here. So that looks like an MP9 suppressor. So for example, if we drop, let's just get rid of the cigarettes for now. That would most likely sell for 15k, maybe a little bit more. This is a gun. That's good. When the guns always load last. Now we might be able to take this off and put that on top of it. So that's also quite nice. Paracord would sell on Flea for a bit, but it doesn't sell to vendor very well. We'll get rid of the cricket and that. And we'll hold on to that for later. And we want that wrench. We want that wrench. So I'm going to get rid of one of the bolts. Check this box here. There used to be like an Acer spawn, which is a Ray something. Now on the roof, there's like weapon parts that spawn pretty much here. And then there's like a box over there worth, and then over here as well. So you might be able to pick up another gun or something from doing that. Helmet maybe? Nope. Do not fall down that hole, but when we jumped up the other spot, we came in, like if we jumped down this hole, that's where we came up initially. There is some weapon parts up here, but you got to be very careful. Someone might take off your head. So if you're doing like a hardcore run, which we won't talk about too much, but it's pretty much you have to find everything in raid, and that's the only way you can play the game, then knowing where these weapon spawns are, part spawns, is quite handy. Now, we could do the same in the building across the road, but we're not going to. I want to win. I need a raid under our belt. So let's get a cheeky head tap there. There's a weapon crate here. And we're just going to progress through the back of this bit and then across to the actual sewer extract. Now, one of the things about having this over here, the foregrip that we've got, is we can put mods and attachments on there. So if we find any lasers, we can just chuck them straight on there, and that's like, I guess, free loot, I guess, or free spots to make money. This room's called RBST. You need the key for a quest, and you actually get the key from a quest as well. Alright, 2 more jackets in here, and then we're out of the sewer. So you might ask, how do you know you got the 420 XP or the 7 minutes? For the 7 minutes, you just press the O on your keyboard, or double tap O, and that will show your extracts and how much time you've been, or how much time's left in the raid. It's 7 minutes from the start of the raid. So I think reserve starts at 40. So obviously it's been 9 minutes now. But 4 XP, a headshot on a scav will generally get you enough XP to be 420 XP if you headshot the scav and loot a little bit around. Otherwise, killing a scav and touching their body, so actually like running up to it, pressing F, and then looting a little bit, will also generally get you enough rubles to, also enough experience points to not have a run through. Why is it important to not have a run through? There's 2 reasons. One, items that are found in raid lose their found in raid status if it's a run through, which means you won't be able to sell them on the flea or hand them in for a quest. And 2, you get a lot more experience points from surviving. So we got 1,253 experience points from that. Obviously the map of us spawning in and going across to, what building is it? It's like the White Knight or the Black Knight building we were in, and then to the sewer. We didn't really do a lot of movement, but yeah, we got a headshot on a scav and we left. So doing all that looting, it gave us 168 experience points for doing the headshot, which I think they've reduced that a little bit. I think it used to be 120 experience points for a headshot. So we got 88 experience points for the headshot and 80 experience points for killing the scav. And then we got 300 from the survive, and then we got 396 from looting. So if you're picking up a lot of items, you will get a lot of experience points from looting. So I would say kill 2 scavs with headshots to be safe if you wanted to make sure you don't get a run through. Now, like I said, we're just trying to get the win under our belt and get a little bit of money behind us. And even though we won't be selling all those items straight away to traders, just building up that little bit of stuff in our stash that if we have to sell, we can. General rule of thumb, if you are selling stuff in your stash, you want to sell anything you don't need for a quest or anything you don't need for a hideout, I would just vendor that pretty much straight away until you have at least that first scav junk box, which is what we have here. So we can press the sword button here, tidy it up a little bit. We've already got a nice amount of light bulbs too. So what I want to do here is I'm just going to dump everything in here for now, just so we can get into another raid, except for these 2 diaries. I want to sell them to Peacekeeper and these suppressors. So all those items there, we'll put the M4 over here. So I'm going to sell all these ones. So the order is you want to sell to is Ragman. So you go Ragman first, which we have these 2 items. So we sell to Ragman first. This is so you get the most amount of money. 25k for the Shroud. It's a little bit bugged. Spacebar to sell quickly. Therapist, sell 15,000 for the condensed milk. Then Mechanic, sell. We'll get those 2 suppressors. So it was about 15k. And then Peacekeeper, sell, and we get 240 for each of those books. So that's another $500. And we're getting our money spent on Peacekeeper here. Now, the cool part about that, we'll get rid of that Tosmag, is we made a little bit of money, nothing too crazy, but we also got money spent and we stockpiled up some more items down here. Now, if our scav run was off cooldown, we would go for a scav run now. But what I actually want to do is I was thinking about it as we we're going, we should try and do a car extract. So what I want to do is I'm going to go Interchange next. That also has a no backpack extract, but I also want to try and do another car extract. So then we can start building up that fence wrap. And I think it's a really good method to show you how to build up your rep quite early on in the playthrough of your Escape from Tarkov experience. So here we go. We're going to go into Interchange, pick daytime just because it's better for your viewing experience, but I would highly suggest loot runs be done at nighttime, just because then you don't have to worry about seeing as many people. Nighttime raids are generally quieter. So let's jump into that that daytime run of Interchange and hopefully have a big success. All right, so that is the Emicon extract over there. We've spawned it on the back side of the Interchange. Our car extract is over there, and the way that we're going to get there is pretty much directly via the back of the actual mall. So we're going to go this way, climb up to the actual next level, loot everything on the shelves on the way to the power station, and then once we've done that, we will extract via the car. Now, I just double tapped O to see the extracts. If you see the safe room exfil go green, that means someone was at the power station, has turned the power on. And so therefore you know someone is right now at the power station. So to keep note, you are probably going to run up towards the player as you head towards the power station. And they will probably be coming your way. So hide your kids. Hide your wife. Hide your husband. Now, I probably could have taken that blue laser off, but we're just going to go nice and slow and see if we can actually ambush him while we're looting. Generally, they go straight into, they go into the back of Idea. Then come into the back of here. This used to be like a primary loot run. Doing the back shelves along here, trying to find elite pliers and stuff like that. Like, this is actually a really good item for us to find. Not really much up. So that's Idea there. That's... Oh, maybe it's not. Why are you so hard to understand these days? Oh, that car battery would have been nice. We need it for a hideout upgrade, and they're about 150k each at the moment. Now, if you see the power station V-X go green, that means someone's taken the vehicle extract. So it's not always there. The car is not always there. But if it is there and someone has paid for it, it goes green. Once it's left, it goes red. So say you were fighting someone at a power station, I would always double tap O every now and then just to see if they press the power button. Just to press the car extract and they're trying to run away from you. So this is the power station here. There's a heap of loot in there. There's a lot of toolboxes around the back here, and there's a hidden stash over here. So a lot of people will loot, come through here, and then they'll either run across there. We're gonna go straight down to the power station. I'd rather take on a fight that we know kind of thing. There's also a few quests that get done over here, so you have to mark that fuel tanker. So here's the hidden stash I was talking about. This is another gun. So see how these loaded first? That's how you know there's a gun in there. Now we really want to kill a scav. We want the car to be up, which we'll know very soon. We want to kill the scav here. And then we want to get that battery. Alright, so the car is up. That's the car right there. We would like to kill the scav, get the backpack, go pick up that car battery, and then run back here. That would be the dream right now. Right, toolboxes aren't there at the moment. Not there. Scavs usually spawn in here pretty early. Once the player leaves. Painting the walls here. Right. Gonna get rid of that one. Saga will be worth more money. We're not putting on the tank helmet. It's just not worth it for us. So we destroyed that armor. We want that AKMS. This is where we have to make a decision. Because we could just extract here with that car, get that rep, and loot everything in this building. Or we can go back and get that car battery. So we could just take every item that's in this building and just be happy with ourselves. Or we greed it up and go for that car battery. Now people do camp this building, so be very careful here. I'm literally just gonna grab everything and leave, I think. As nice as it would be to go get that car battery, I think we can just buy one on Flea at level 15 and count our blessings that we survived this one. So that's worth like 80k. Something O. We're going to pay for the car. This is worth 0.4 scav rep, you know, like that gets us to 1.2, which every from the data mine data, the scav levels kind of go up. Like how good your gear get is every like 0.5. It's like the big steps. So going to 0.5, 1.0, 1.5. Those are where you're going to have the biggest jumps in like quality of stuff that you're going to get. So the only thing I would like to do is get the get this rig out, but on top of that, it's not really worth it. Like it's not worth getting that rig over the 2 motors. So 20 seconds. We'll head over there. One's about 6-7 seconds left. Now I know it wasn't the most riveting run, but I think it's a really good thing to point out that this is a very viable thing to do, in my opinion. Try and get in there and get a car extract early on, particularly when you're first starting out, to get that scav rep up. If you do kill if you do kill scavs as a scav, you are going to run the risk of putting down your scav rep and getting not so good of loot when you're scav running, and also it'll increase your scav time out to like 30-40 minutes. It's not worth it for the amount of loot you're going to get from killing another player scav. It's just not worth it, or even just a scav in general. And definitely do not shoot a scav boss. Even if the scav boss is going to kill you, you do not shoot the scav boss. Now our spawning was literally, we spawned in, we ran straight upstairs and then straight across to the power station. Didn't really do anything else, but it just shows you a way to make some money and just build up that bit of cash flow in the background. Because if you don't start learning how to make a little bit of money, you're going to be very poor. One of the things is like, how do I get over gear fear? It's probably the major question I get, and knowing how to make money is one of the resolutions. Number 2 is just using stuff over and over again through repetitiveness. You'll actually get used to using it, therefore it won't be as scary when you lose it. As for selling of items here, I'm going to keep all the bolts and stuff, but I'm going to get rid of any of the items that I know that are just going to be pretty much useless to us. That one. Cool, and we've got ourselves another AK that we can put aside. A couple of mags for it. Now I did kind of spray and pray a little bit there, so I chewed through a little bit of that ammo, so you just gotta be careful about that. There's a lot of recoil on this one, so we'll repair that. Go back to selling. Sell that one. And so we go Ragman, Therapist. Now we can keep that Slickers, and I'll show you why. So 100k from Ragman there. We're going to go to Jaeger, go to barter trade. And we can barter trade that Slickers for a Scav Vest. Right, and then we'll sell that Scav Vest to Ragman. Now, a little bit less money, I think. I can't remember what the Slickers were selling for. Wait, I think I got Slickers from somewhere else. It was 3,700 for the Slickers, but that gave us some money spent for Jaeger, and then we could sell it to Ragman and get money spent on Ragman as well. So it's just like we're double dipping on the leveling up. Later on, I wouldn't bother doing that, but just early on when you're trying to get that little bit extra money from Ragman and Jaeger spent, it's not a bad idea. All right. So now when we go to Fend, our rep is at 1.25. So our scav runs timers are going to be less, and we should have better gear. Now this is obviously the same gear as before because I haven't done a new one. So we'll just spawn in with this now on factory and do a bit as a cash up. But that's a good example of how we can grind up our scav rep pretty quickly if we know what we're doing. Now we've got a nice big backpack, a nice big rig, and then we've got a nice little stubby Mosin. That's a player, I'm guessing. We want to keep the stubby Mosin for going into our factory race to get our Mosin kills on our PMC. So this helmet's useless. It would at best stop a pistol bullet. I don't know what that shooting was. Z goggles. Now you don't have to scav factory, by the way. Like I know I do it a lot, but the main reason I do it is because they're faster runs. You get a good item, you can just get out nice and quick. But there's no requirement to just scav factory. Use it to learn the maps, have fun. But if you are in between raids, like, oh, I'm waiting for my mate to extract or whatever, do a cheeky quick scav factory and get that rep, get that money, and just use the quick sell option if you don't want to. These are all sold. They're all stolen, sorry. Looks like this is all taken. They didn't get the grenades. Right. Had to be a bit of fighting going down. We heard shots. That's what it was, just people messing about. Check the back here. All dead bodies. We want those USEC dog tanks too. Hey bro, do you have any USEC dog tags?
What was that, sorry?
USEC dog tags.
No, I don't. Sorry about that.
Nice little armor hat.
Пожрать бы, конечно, вообще не помешало бы это.
Alright, bit of loot there. You already searched that one. Alright, might go through the jackets on the way out. I'm obsessed with jackets and filing cabinets because keys are like so important. And the time it takes to search a jacket in a filing cabinet isn't that much, but it levels up your search skill and your attention skill, which means you're leveling up how fast you search stuff. So the more you do it, the faster you actually get through them. And you can tell a brand new account compared to like a higher level account how quickly the search difference is. But on a scav, a scav has a different set of skills and levels. So like strength level 0, endurance level 2. Like you go to our other account right now, or sorry, our PMC right now, and it'll be totally different. So this map looks pretty pillaged. So we should have probably just left a lot earlier than this, but cool. He had a bit of stuff on him. Right, we'll just take the stuff that's actually good, and then we'll probably use the quick sell function because I want to get into another raid before the episode ends. So mainly this stuff here for now. We'll put all that in there. That's good ammo, so we'll keep on to that. We're gonna have to put some of this stuff in here. We want that armor, we want that gun, and we want that ammo. And then I need to fit that backpack in there. We're gonna pretty much have to do this all ourselves anyway, because I want to keep that rig as well. All right. Could have kept the grenade. For the smaller value stuff that you cannot gonna be bothered doing, using that quick sell is actually really nice. All right, so what I want to do now for the last and final raid of the episode is go into factory and try and have another crack at the Mosin kill. So we've got that stubby Mosin. Have a bit of fun with it. We've got that press armor. We'll chuck that on. So we probably need to sell a little bit first. Get rid of that and the goggles. the chunk is needed for a ragman task a little bit later on, but just sell that for now. We'll get rid of that Saiga. And those mags. Now, where can we fit this AK? One more. Mosin. FMJ rounds. Actually, I might go to the T46. I'm going to repair it. And then on top of that, I want to wear a helmet. It'll just save us from pistol bullets sometimes, so. All right, we're gonna have a go at this. I know we've had a lot of bad luck in the past, but it'd be nice to get one more kill if we can. Let's go. All right, this is the one. Huge dubs. They spawn again, hey? He went up, so we're going to run across here. I want to fight my domain, the tunnels. We may not survive this game, but we gotta kill. Done. Alright, we've got 1.5 minutes till we're dead, so we need to move. Because if you've got a blacked out stomach you've got a blacked out chest, you run out of hydration or energy, you die. So we need... No, pistol guy got us. Doesn't matter, we got the quest done. Doesn't matter, we got the quest done. So, I'm really happy with that. Whew! Quest complete. Hey? What an intense way to finish. What a tense way to finish. Oh, I got him. Got him. So, target shooter part, whatever it was, 3. Finally complete. I think we only got 1 headshot. Oh no, it says 2. We got 2 tasks done then. I think we got daily done. So, 986 XP for that. The guy with the pistol at the end would be happy. Let's just use a quick heal. I probably could have got away without healing at all because that's the last raid of this episode. But we could have just let the heal happen from just being AFK for the next day. It's actually really nice filming these once a day. It gives us the opportunity to have dailies every day, and then also I feel like we're getting a little bit of aggression each day. So, and the cool thing about doing the subathon right now, which if you haven't come over Twitch, come say hello over on Twitch. We're giving away computers and stuff. But the cool thing about it's 5 headshots. Oh, we weren't going to do that. I feel like we're just slowly doing a little bit by bit each day. So it's not like we're doing 5 raids in a row and that. So cool. So that's a huge one. Tarkov shooter part 4 now, which is getting the levels, which is going to take ages. But we can do like shootable in heaven and stuff in the meantime. Get the rewards from that. We're going to hold on to that cowboy hat. That's used for a quest from Ragman. So I can tidy this up a little bit now. And we can sell some of this. Now that I've explained to you how I sell stuff, it should be a little bit faster. It's a little bit buggy. But we got that task done and we're very close to level 13. So Tarkov Shooter series is pretty much complete. We need to work on getting Iskras and stuff now, which we can do a barter trade for that if we wanted to. It's a therapist. Which we've got this barter trade here. But we only have one, so we need a second before we can do that. The other idea is to craft Salewers, which I hope I haven't had the stuff for a while now, because then you guys will be like, why didn't you craft them already? So we need car medkits to make Salewers. So we've got the fuel for the generator. We just need to get the car medkits. So there's a barter trade for them, I think. Humpback. So we can get some humpback. We can get some car medkits and then use those car medkits to make Salewers. So just an idea for us to move forward. But as for this episode, that is it. Hopefully you got camera died. All right, now we've got camera issues. So I don't know what caused that, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. I was trying to teach you a little bit about, making money and stuff. And then on top of that, we got a quest done at the end. So I'm going to try and have a little bit of a theme for each episode if I can. So instead of just me charging you and dying 15 times over, you can actually learn something. But also we try and progress at the same time. I think this camera's overheating, so I'm going to go nice and quick. Come over to Twitch, say hello if you enjoy it. If you got a Twitch Prime sub, you want to support us, that's the best thing you can do is come over to Twitch, chuck us a free Twitch Prime sub, and enter the giveaways over there and come say hello. Because writing the comments and liking, it really does help the algorithm, which is amazing that you guys do so much of that. And then when you guys come over to Twitch, it just makes us feel warm and cuddly inside, getting to be able to talk to you guys. So much love. Hope you guys are having a great week. And lastly, I'll see you next time.